everyone, this is your warning. Uncle KC is giving you plenty of time to prepare because Angel Reese is about to explode.
Here we go again. Angel Reese is out here melting down over her very first tough call from WNBA refs, and the media is treating it like some historic moment of injustice. But let's be real. Where was this energy when Caitlin Clark was taking hits all season long, even suffering injuries because the officials couldn't get their calls right? Reese stayed silent then, but now suddenly it's a crisis because the whistle finally went against her.
If you're new, Angel Reese, man, she ended up stepping into this presser right here and just going off on this ref. And I have to agree, man, if the ref really said this to her,
I think we fought really hard. It's tough when you talk to officials and I asked them, hey, we only shot 2 free throws. We only went to the free throw line twice up into the fourth quarter, and she tells me it's not her job.
Angel Reese is out here ranting on social media and even at the podium like she's the first player in WNBA history to ever get a bad whistle. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever have been living with this reality all season, watching their superstar get hacked every night while refs look the other way. But the moment it happens to the so-called golden child from Chicago, suddenly it's meltdown time in front.
Frustrating because I know how hard we're battling inside, and I think that we came down and fought as hard as we could with what we had. And I just know we continue to grow in this, and I think it's a leaping step for us. And obviously, we know we can compete with the best, but that has to be fixed. And I don't give a damn if I get fined because that's cheap, and I am tired of this because I've been nice and I've been humble with it, but
It's tough when you go up to the officials and ask, hey, we've only been to the free throw line twice up until the fourth quarter, and she looks at me and says, that's not my job, Reese vented. And honestly, I don't care if I get fined for saying it, because that's cheap. I've been patient, I've been humble, but I'm tired of this.
Throughout her first 2 years in the WNBA, Angel Reese has been the same way. On paper, the double-double diva looks great, but just like Derek Carr, Angel Reese does not impact
winning.
Since the Bayou Barbie became the Chi-Town Barbie, the Chicago Bravado are 18-39. They have been one of the worst teams in a league that is filled with bad teams. And oftentimes, Angel Reese will blame everyone but herself for her huge embarrassment.
Oh,
Let's talk.
So now Angel Reese wants to play the nice and humble card? Where was all this outrage when Caitlin Clark was getting mauled by reckless fouls all season long? The hypocrisy is off the charts. Reese jumps on social media blasting the officiating as diabolical and demanding the WNBA do better. But when Clark was the one getting cheap shot night after night, targeted by players desperate to make a statement, Reese was nowhere to be found.
it's a problem. It's a problem, man. The ref calls are terrible, all right? And also, I know that they're human. Y'all hear me say that every time. But they have to do something to alleviate how bad the calls are, man. It's not fair most of the time across the board. And we know the players that have the special whistle. Now, we saw it for sure in that Aces game. Oh my goodness, man. It was ridiculous, man. But anyway, man, I feel Angel Reese's pain on that one. She did have some plays where I was like, she probably could have got a foul in that one. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it just didn't go.
Let's break down what actually happened. In Chicago's 80-75 loss to the Minnesota Lynx, the Sky only got to the free throw line 8 times compared to Minnesota's 17. Angel Reese put up 16 points on 16 shots, all in the paint, and only drew 2 trips to the line. Frustrating? Absolutely. But stack that against what Caitlin Clark has been dealing with all season, getting clobbered on every drive, taking hits that would make NFL players wince, and watching the refs act like they've suddenly gone blind.
So Angel Reese comes out and she decides to, in her press conference after the game that they lost the other day, to talk about the officials and how they're not calling the fouls. And she was complaining about how, to the official, how she, is not going to the free throw line. There's not been enough of them going to the free throw line because they're not.
If you're enjoying this, make sure to subscribe. Now here's the real kicker. Something even more blatant happened with Sydney Colson. She made a perfectly clean steal, textbook defense, and still got whistled for a foul. The refs flat out botched it. But what did Colson do? She asked for a challenge, got the call overturned, and kept it moving. No tantrum on social media, no dramatic press conference meltdown. Meanwhile, Angel Reese gets one call that doesn't go her way, just one, and suddenly she's ready to burn down the entire officiating crew. The reality is, when this happens to other players, they deal with it. They don't get sympathy tours. They don't spark viral outrage campaigns. And they certainly don't get the whole basketball world rushing to their defense over a single whistle.
Numbers. Now, her fans is also voicing frustration about the way Angel Reese is actually being treated and handled on the basketball court, bro. They're not liking these type of plays. It's embarrassing by the WNBA. We're not going to tolerate the harassment and the attack. They're basically saying it's an attack on Angel Reese, but they're just really boxing her out, trying to get the rebounds because they know she's going to do everything in her business to try to get the damn rebound.
Or take Caitlin Clark. She hasn't just had to deal with bad whistles. She's been sidelined by them. Clark has missed games this season because of the constant physical abuse she's taken, much of it ignored by the very same officials. We're talking groin injuries, quad strains, and relentless contact that would have put lesser players in the hospital. And yet, where was Angel Reese's outrage then? Where was the fiery press conference demanding better protection for players? Clark didn't deserve the reckless fouls she's absorbed all year. The proof is on tape. Cheap shots, late hits, and dangerous plays that refs routinely let slide, all because they were too hesitant or too afraid to protect the league's biggest star. Clark's been forced to plead her case to the officials game after game, even from the bench while injured, because she knows just how atrocious the officiating has been.